So what are the employees of space Virgin Galactic actually doing? The operation will now prepare the next earnings quarter, and somewhere around this time we will see some big actions, guys. Welcome to Virgin Galactic Fridays. After this intro, make sure to smash the like button and the subscribe button. I'm really looking forward to receive that from you. And all the comments with questions that you have about Virgin Galactic, because I am really looking for new input for you to answer all the questions in videos. You give me always the inspiration to post almost every single day about space. So keep on going, keep on commenting, keep on sharing. And yeah, Christmas came early, right? I wish you all the best to your family and to everybody out there that is in need, because those times are very, very family-ish and people are spending a lot of time together and at home and so on. So I wish you all the great times. And yeah, let's dive into those topics today. We will talk about what the hell those employees of Virgin Galactic doing right now. We will dive into the stock performance. Then we quickly dive into the lawsuit and another information that is very, very interesting. And then finally, we will dive into the stock chart. So let's go. So what are the employees of space Virgin Galactic actually doing? I will explain it to you step by step, or rather said, department by department. Guys, if you are more interested into a space community, check out the link below. Until the next year, until New Year's Eve, there will be a 50% off on this course, as well as the Discord lifetime access, okay? 50 thanks is the code. Use it now and check out the link into the description or below the comment section. When you think about the main departments of Virgin Galactic, there's actually three, okay? First is the sales and marketing department, all right? This is very clear. Then you have the, let's say, operations, and then you have the engineering and development and research department. So the sales and marketing department is very easy, because those are the people who calling and speaking with potential clients, organizing the contracts, and so on and so forth. So this obviously goes a little bit hand in hand with the operation itself, that plans everything, that, for example, now just signed the lease for the R&D department for an extension of the size of the R&D department, which tells us that actually more and more things will come through from Virgin Galactic. Because guys, think about it, the spaceships are already designed and ready to go, okay? Since the last spaceship that was introduced, they just have to be copy and paste. So they are working already on the next stuff if they increasing this department by the 3 times the size. Then we have the R&D and engineering. The R&D obviously looking for the next optimization of the spaceship, the Delta Wing airplane, and so on. And then the crazy part, which I believe is a crazy part, is now the full hands-on engineering, okay? I mean, they brought already the mothership to Mojave, to the manufacturing facility, and there they are working on the mothership and enhancing it so it can fly more often. And also the spaceship are getting worked on. So this is pretty much a good overview what they are doing behind the scenes. So the operation will now prepare the next earnings quarter release that will be the biggest update since then, which will be released in end of February usually. And then we have only March, April, May, June, July, September, October, and somewhere around this time, we will see some big actions, guys, okay? We will see the spaceships reflying, test flights, we will see the maintenance and enhancement period coming to an end, and so on and so forth. So crazy times are getting really crazy next year. So Virgin Galactic, what a crazy year, right? Let's have a look into the year-to-date performance, because the year, it's coming to an end, and what a roller coaster. I mean, if you're thinking about it, that, you know, beginning of that year, we started with 23 with a lot of hopes of the absolute crazy upcoming events of Virgin Galactic test flight. We were looking at the absolute crazy flight of Richard Branson and so on and so forth. So what happened? The anticipation got really high, right? We went even up to $60 per share. Then there came the bad news that they have some EMS problems to solve and that they will take until May to solve that, and that kept the stock on crashing until 16. And if you were lucky, you picked up some in May, and obviously the stock went higher once they did the test flight, and then basically we did the test flight with Richard Branson. This gave us a new all-time high, at least intraday, and then we dropped because there was basically selling the news. There was a capital raise, and overall stock market a little bit cooled off, and then now we are in a new low for the year at $14.60. Okay, now here we go. Market cap at $3.8 billion. The 52 weeks low was at $13.52. So we of the whole crazy year, we are now almost at the lowest points. The 52 weeks high was 62.8, and average volume is 12 million shares, but that's not that interesting. So over the last week, obviously we got some of this Santa rally, as you can see here. Specifically Monday was bad for the whole stock market, but since then we gained like 7%, which is in line with other growth stocks. Nothing special here for the whole week. Since the last week, we gained about like 5%. So I think that no news on the horizon also showed us that there is basically still the waiting game on. But let's dive into the next topic. So there's two big news this week, actually. One is the lawsuit, which is, the shareholders are complaining that the flights and the airplanes were not really ready, okay? I made a whole video about that, so if you want to watch that, go into my last videos, and I think like 2-3 videos before that, you will see all of it and more explained into detail. However, nothing to worry about in my personal opinion, because usually those lawsuits, either they agree on something and just pay an amount, or they just have not much material of really getting into Virgin Galactic, okay? So what this means is that actually the other news is, and therefore I'm bringing here my phone, I saw it on Reddit, into the space category of Reddit, and there's a new director coming, Wanda Sigur. She was the vice president and general manager of civil space, which is she now retired, of Lockheed Martin Space System. So apparently Virgin Galactic plans here to bring someone who's really experienced into this field and should bring, more experience into the game, which is I really liked. So going from a, concept company to a full operation space company, this is what I like. Those are the steps that we need to take, and that's why I love exactly this kind of news. And with that said, let's jump into the stock chart and see if something changes and what do we need to look for. Coming closer and closer and closer to a decision at Virgin Galactic, and it's not an easy one actually, to be honest. This is a declining wedge pattern on technical terms. As you know, I'm not a technical trader or anything, but I feel like basics should be understood what it is, and this usually could be bullish. And if you are looking into the opportunity here, you need to actually zoom in, because we are actually went out of that and now could be really either going further up or a straight flat. To go really down further, alongside this, I think it needs some negative news, or the overall market is just, going into the last week of trading with a negative week, because that's statistically the worst that can happen. If the next week is negative, then usually not only this week is negative, but also most of the time the January is negative as well. So it's kind of statistic game here with the stock market. The RSI levels here at 33, it's it's not very bullish, because usually you start like at 29 or 20 to be very, let's say, oversold here. As you can see here, you can see it popped out from those levels, but it's rather just like a guideline what could happen over the next couple of weeks. But in the end of the day, this is somehow a really big waiting game, at least until, let's say, the next 6 months. The only big events that could happen that bring the stock further up is obviously great news, or the earnings release where they give us some new type of fire into the stock price, like for example show us how the delta wing looks like, right? Because those events were always quite bullish. Here I think this is the time where they announced the new CEO, this is where they announced the new cabin. I think all of these events were usually quite bullish, and then you can go from, what is it here, 15 to 24 in no time. And then obviously if we stay that way, we stay quite volatile, right? So all in all, it's important here to move stronger, and other than that, it's pretty much clear what Virgin Galactic is doing over the last couple of weeks, just being steady in this downturn chart here. But guys, believe me that the whole Virgin Galactic team is looking forward to bring the stock up exactly like you would love to, because in the end of the day, most of the compensation is also combined with the stock price. As higher the price, as richer the people get, as more wealthy, and in the end of the day, they're doing something they like. So it's like a give and take. With that said, make sure to have a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone, and let me know in the comments what you would like to know.